Okay, here's a look at the emini S&P for Thursday, October the 28th, 2010. Well, we still had the up bias going into today. Um, by the way, if you're not familiar with our analysis at emini Day Trader, we like to look at these market profiles. This is today's market profile. This is yesterday, and this is what occurred overnight. So the market closed here. We did expect a continuation up. We did get that. It had a nice rally. But when the news, this was late in the overnight session, in other words, just prior to the regular trading hours opening. They opened right here, as you can see, a little bit below the high that was formed overnight, which was really a news reaction to the jobless claims numbers. As soon as the regular trading hours opened, though, it started to sell off, and we had mentioned that the 74 area would likely act as support. It acted as great support today, right on the dot there, and then it had a nice rally to finish the day. So we're still on an intraday up bias, we believe. It's obviously not a strong one, but we still believe it is up. And unless the news tomorrow, for example, is really bearish, there are some important news to be released tomorrow. GDP, employment cost index at 8:30, and then at 9:45 and 9:55 the Chicago PMI and the consumer sentiment. So there's enough news tomorrow to get the market moving, and we still believe this will likely act as good support in around the 74 area. Our next area above the market where we feel that there would likely come into some resistance is up around the 83 area here. So this would be an area of potential resistance, and then up a little bit higher around 84, 85. So we're just going to have to wait to see if it can move beyond either one of these, I would say, sort of crucial areas of support and resistance. And obviously, if it does move above here, it could have a nice move, maybe even going up and testing all the way up to 93, perhaps, if they really like the news, which is this week's high. So then again, I think the 74 is crucial, so let's watch that. Obviously, if it gets below there, it could have another leg down, testing the low that was formed yesterday down there at 67 and change. 67 is a pretty major support, though. So that's really how we're looking at the market going forward. In our analysis, we also like to use the market profiles from only the regular trading hours, and you can see them here from the past several days. As far as our trades were concerned today, we had not a lot of trades. We only had two shorts. One was triggered here, one was triggered here, and then we had a couple of longs. One triggered here, and one triggered here. It was a little bit unfortunate on that last long trade. You can see it only came to within a tick of our entry price, and then had a nice move higher for the rest of the day. Our first trade here worked out nicely. It got short here. It moved a point and 3/4 in our direction right away, so hitting our first two objectives. And the other long trade here also did the same thing. So good, a nice couple of trades there. First short and the second a long. The third trade right in here, even though it did come down nicely, it took a while to do that. So we ended up with a small 3-tick loss on that trade. So we actually have the 3 trades today. On the fourth one here, we just missed getting filled, although certainly some of our more experienced members were able to jump on board that basis. The support that we were looking at in the 74 area, where the market obviously had a nice bounce off of that. So they've been getting stepping into that trade 1 or 2 ticks above the actual entry price. So all in all, a nice day. It moved around in a pretty readable fashion, so that was good to see. Just be careful tomorrow, of course, with the news to be released and at various times, and likely to gyrate the market a fair amount when that happens. Thanks for taking the time to view the video. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader.com. And we'll see you again tomorrow.